afternoon, evening, morning, wherever this finds you. This is another episode of How To, Why Do. Y'all know who I am. I'm the elder. And you know who I got with me. Go ahead and introduce yourself, ma'am.
An extra G on the one MC. How are y'all tonight? Today?
Yes, yes. How are y'all? All right. You know what? It's good to see you today.
Oh,
If y'all didn't know, she's been a little bit under the weather. Not her normal self, but we're happy to see that she's back live and in effect with us today.
nothing's gonna stop me. You know me.
Won't stop, can't stop. I think that's a song somewhere sometime.
That's on the other Shana now. The
Oh,
other.
the other one. Okay, okay. But today, another episode of How to Why Do. And we dealt with vision. What did we deal with last week?
Failing forward.
Failing forward. And kind of staying with that theme, we're going to deal with pressing. How to press and why do we press?
Right.
So how do we press? Well, first define press. What is
Mm.
press for our non-church going member? Define what is press. What does that actually mean?
Well, that can mean a lot of different things. Pressing forward. When it's
Hmm.
hard for you to when you're doing something, you're trying to start a business or you're talking to your kids about something and you need to
Right.
teach them how to press forward. Don't stay on whatever they're talking about right there. Okay, your friend's mad at you. Keep pressing forward. You need to keep going. Don't stop. Can't
Hmm.
stop, won't stop. That's how you need to be. Yes, I'm going back. I'm going back.
Come on, come on, come
But
on.
you just got to press forward and don't go backwards because whatever happened, happened. You got to just keep looking towards a goal and make sure you make it.
Right. Right. I like that. I like that. I also, when I think of press, I think about harder times when
Hmm.
things aren't easy, when it ain't just a stroll in the park, as they say, but you gotta try. You gotta put forth some effort. It gets mucky. You ain't walking on easy street, but you walking through the mud, through the forest.
Oh,
And I think some famous artists said, I get it out of the mud. That when it's not. Yeah, I know when it's not easy, when things are difficult, when you don't have that silver spoon in your mouth or in your hand, that's when you have to press. Also when you don't feel like it. That's to me that's press. And we can even take it where it's short a short word for pressure.
mm.
Where you may feel the pressure. Let me stop. Let me
I mean,
stop. Let me stop.
you talking.
Let
I
me
got you.
stop. Let me
Put
stop.
and press it in the same. Go ahead and speak.
Come on, come on.
I see you. I'm with
Look,
you.
I'm feeling my preacher coming.
You got the pressure, but you still got to press through it.
Come on, come
I,
on. Yeah, when we feel
I,
that pressure, that's the moment when it's time. Let's press forward. To even bring it home. When it's time to get up early in the morning and that alarm go off, and you don't want to roll out of bed. Yeah, that's when you gotta press. Like, let me go and get up. I take these kids to school. Let me get on, get to the job, do what I need to do. You're
mm,
making faces. I don't like that. But that's the press. That's the press. So how do we press? How do we actually press?
Well, I can tell you, with me, even like this week, I can give you a prime example. When you're not feeling well and you still want to press. Now you got to remember that when you are pressing, though, there are
Hmm. Hmm.
times when you have to put the brakes on for a minute and say, okay, I know I want to press forward and I want to do this, but hold on, I got to make sure I take care of me at the same time.
Right. I
All
like that.
things that we have to do. We all have struggles that we go through. We all have things that we have to accomplish, all of those things. But at the same time, don't get your mind overwhelmed with
Right.
so many things that you forget that you still got to press for yourself. You got to work yourself through it.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I was down this week. Man, I was down this week. And my boss knows that I will work through everything, right?
Right.
Which
Right.
is crazy. So he literally hits me up and says, "Do not get on, do not contact anybody. You need
Hmm.
to take a break." So sometimes, people know that you're going to press through things. People know
Right.
that you are the person that, oh, I can ask her. I can ask her because she's going to do it. She's going to do it. She's going to do it. And
Hmm.
you going to
Hmm.
try to get things done. However,
Right.
make sure you're taking care of yourself in the process. You
Yeah.
can't always be the one.
Yep. Yep.
That
Yep.
other
Yep.
things because you have something that you have to accomplish. You got
Hmm.
to finish school. You have to get that job. You have to go
Right.
this or that for your children. So sometimes others have to come in the
Eh?
wings and hold off. Let me take care of this first. But you got to know
Hmm.
when to press forward on what it is that's most important in your life.
Right.
It's a
And,
big thing.
and I like that. I like that you added that piece of self care, because a lot of times when we do think of press, it's a no holds bar. I ain't thinking about anything, anybody. I got to get it done, whatever it takes. I remember the days of college and finals. And you have 4 or 5 finals on one day. It's like, look, we pulling all nighters. I ain't getting no sleep. I'm doing what I need to do because I want to pass these tests. I gotta, cram all this information. And sometimes you forget to eat, you forget to sleep, you forget to take care of yourself. So I like that. How I look at the how tos of pressing, um, it's not trying to take it in all at once.
Right.
Um, Baby steps, a day at a time, an hour at a time, a minute at a time, even if you have to. Sometimes we want to run, but sometimes you need to just take a step. Just take a step back. Even as you said, take a step back. Think, look, like I know where I'm trying to get to, but I can't do it all in one day. I got to take it a day
At
at
a
a time. That's the old
pause on.
grandma wisdom. Just a day at a time, baby. Just a day at a time. But taking your time to actually press, because we utilize the other word, pressure. I mean, too much pressure can do a lot of damage. I ain't gonna say the full sentence, but too much pressure can do a whole lot of damage.
Oh yeah.
So you want to ease that thing sometimes. Just take a step back, assess, see where you're trying to go, see what you're trying to do. There is a scripture. I'm gonna let you bring the scripture out this time. What's the scripture you got? What's
I
the
have
scripture you got?
Philippians 3:14. It is fun.
Uh-huh.
I knew I was gonna say that. But I have Philippians 3:14. If you look in Philippians, they talk a lot about pressing forward. So
Hmm.
there's so many verses within Philippians, but Philippians 3:14, whoever's out there, make sure you look that up. I let me tell you this. So I always think about who I am. So
Hmm.
whoever's out there, listen, you need to think of just sit down and say, who am I and what is my purpose?
Right.
What am I supposed to be doing? Because we can get so distracted. And this is still going within pressing.
Hmm. Hmm.
You can be pressured to do, and not intentionally. So don't take it wrong. Sometimes you can be pressured to do things that you normally wouldn't do,
Right.
or things
Peer
that you're just
pressure.
good at. Some people will take, oh, you're good at this, so I'm just going to ask her, and they know that you're the type of person that says,
I'm gonna do it.
all right,
Yeah.
let me see if I can do that. What day is that? You know, we have to get to the point to where we're like, okay, look, I will check the date. However, if it's
Right.
something that's going to take up more time, stop crowding your plate with
Mm.
get my plates out. Stop crowding your plates with everybody else's time schedule.
Right.
You know, because there are things that we need to do to press forward. I tell a lot of our younger 35, I'm gonna say the
Hmm.
generation. I see a lot of
You
them now.
dating
They're
yourself.
really starting to. I'm just saying. I see a lot of them, they are really starting to complete school. Something I've
Right.
always do. That's. But I know that I have to stop filling my plate up with everything else so that I can press forward to
Right.
do what I need to do. And I'm doing one class at a time. Don't get me wrong. I do one thing at a
Hmm.
time. But what if I stopped?
Mm.
What if I just stopped doing everything for everybody else and
Right.
said, you know what, Lord? I hope you got everybody's back
Yeah.
because today is my last
Um,
day
it's a
doing
me that.
everybody else, and I am going to press forward on what I, Sinestra G,
Hmm.
aka Peaches, aka Nessie, aka Sinestra,
Oh,
and
it
Leah.
hitting with the AKs, the
Yes,
AKs.
yes. So
Not
going
to be mixed up with the pink and green. Let's not mix that up. Respect,
no, not
respect
that
is
one, not
given.
not that AKA. So,
Okay.
so for me, I could say stop, pause. Don't ask me to do anything else. I'm not
Hmm.
taking nothing. You know, I do event planning, so not taking no more events. Nothing. Got my house all crowded with all these events. But now it's time for me. So now I had to press forward. Now,
Right.
when you think about it, what happens when you take time out for yourself? How many
Mm.
people are still in your corner?
Yeah,
So
that's a good question.
while you're sitting there pressing and doing things for everybody else, when
Right.
your time, is everybody else going to still be there?
Even that's a good question.
That's a great question.
Yeah, that's a good question.
And I can tell you the answer. That'll be a no. They won't, because now you've done, now you told them no, I can't help you with this. I can't
Right.
help you with this. I can't help you with, so you're gonna now fade in the gray. You're gonna fade in
Yeah.
the back
Yeah.
because you are now not helpful to them. So you might have to think once you get done with what you're doing, really start
Mm.
to rethink who you surround yourself with.
Look, you tapping into all other different kind of subjects and matters, but it's
When
good though.
I'm trying to tell you,
It's
but
good.
if you don't press, you're not
Right.
done.
Yeah.
If you don't, it's gonna be, and it's gonna be a lot of pressure to it, because you're
Hmm.
going to be pressured to making sure that you can study for these tests and get through the tests. I know when I was in the military, man, let me tell you, when I was in the military, in boot camp, that was my hardest time in life. Well, it not that wasn't my hardest time in life, but it was difficult. I was not good at taking tests, and I know there's a
Mm.
lot of test takers out there that's like, yeah, yeah, me too. I wasn't good at that. So the thing is that we would study whatever it is. If it was firefighting one day, because I was in the Navy,
Uh-huh.
firefighting one day, then we studied that for like 3 days. Boring. Oh, it's so boring. But you had to know what PKP was and all these other things, right?
Right.
Then on Thursday, you took a test.
Wow.
Well, I was listening, might have been a little sleep in class. However, it's your time to now shine and pass the test that you have to take.
Right.
Now, the first time around, I didn't pass it because I was not interested in that.
Any of that.
However, the second time around, when I realized now I'm kicked back 2 weeks, I'm not going to graduate the time I was going to. It kicks back 2 weeks, and I got to
Wow.
class all over again. Yeah,
Focus.
because they don't let you move forward. You go back, and you're in with a whole nother group of girls that you never
Ooh,
never met. So you got to pack all your stuff up in
pressure.
the barracks, go to a whole nother
Ooh,
group, and
pressure.
I realized I was being sent back at my age. I think I was like 18, something like that. I didn't like that too much. So
Mm,
that's when the pressure came on. And
right.
I told those girls, I said, look, y'all are asking me for help because I already did this. However, in order for me to get
I
through
ain't
this,
passed.
right, in order for me to get
Here
through
with
this,
y'all.
they looked at me like, well, you already took this test. So you know, no, 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 don't
Mm-mm.
follow me.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
But we can press together to meet the same goal. And that,
Right.
because that was like, I think they put me in like the cloud of misfits. Like all of us kind of were like from different areas all over the place. And child, let me tell you.
But I like what you're saying because there's two things that I want to key in that you were bringing up
Mhm.
that other people can add pressure to you.
Yes.
um, Unwanted pressure, undue pressure. I could think about, playing basketball in my life. My dad played basketball, so I in my eyes, I have a good game. Double doubles, triple doubles here, and then
Uh-huh.
all my dad will focus on, like, you missed that shot.
Uh,
You could have got that rebound. What about that block? And I'm looking at him like, but you ain't seen the other. But undue pressure, and so sometimes other people can put pressure on you to do something that you may think is out of your character, out of your lane. So it's good, like you said, sometimes you have to put those blinders on and focus on the scripture that you brought out. In Philippians 3, go ahead, preacher. Talks about a mark talks about a market. We had talked about vision. So knowing where you're trying to go, knowing where you're trying to get to, and then focusing on that. And sometimes, other people can try to sway you or pull you in a different direction. And you're like, no, if it's trying to get a degree, I'm trying to focus on this degree. No, I'm not. I'm not going out tonight. We ain't drinking. We ain't partying. We ain't. No, I'm not. No, I'm focused in on this. So
Right.
that's kind of the how to. When we're talking about pressing, being focused,
Hmm.
putting those blinders on, shutting out all the extra noise
Right.
that you may hear from others. Self care, taking care of yourself, getting that adequate sleep, rest, taking that time out, whether it's praying, studying the word. That's the part that I think a lot of people forget when we're talking about press. They think it's a at all means necessary, and that's not always the case. Sometimes it's slowing it down, and just walking through that mud step by step, being methodical in your thoughts, methodical in your movements. Because sometimes we honestly can make things more difficult than they need to, and we
Hmm.
pressing when we should just be walking or running. But that's the how to of the press. That I mean, we all go through those times. We all
We do.
go through like, hey, if I would have just listened, maybe I wouldn't have been in this situation. But
Right.
it is too. It is what it is. So let's run through the why. Why do we press? Why do we actually have to? Do we have to press? Why do we press?
Well, pressing is when you press, you're moving forward. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm pressing. Think about if you were somebody that works out. That's something I
Hmm.
get back to after I'm done with this whole sickness thing.
Take
And
your
you do
time. Take your
a
time.
around your waist, right?
Hmm.
So everything behind you, you have a weight on the ground. Staying grounded, you have a weight on the ground, and now
Come
you're
on, man.
starting to walk. Take one step at a time. What a
Hmm.
good thing to do is to write down your steps. And remember to don't go left, don't go right. You keep going forward.
Forward.
So you take your first step. Your first step is I'm getting up in the morning, I'm praying over, hey, Lord, this is what I want to do. I know I got to
Right.
accomplish this today because I tell you, my mind is all over the place sometimes. I forget. So, and then it's the next step. Lord, okay, now I need to get myself together. I need to
Uh-huh.
you created the temple. I need to take care of the temple. So you got to do your self-care, right?
Right.
Now you're taking your next step. Okay, Lord, I got my keys in my hand. I'm getting in my car. I'm getting ready to go. Where am I going? That's your next step. Where are you
Mhm.
traveling to? Take another step. And
Come
every
on.
time you take a step, add 1 pound to it because those pounds are your distractions. And the
Hmm.
thing is that can you continue to go every time you take a step? By the
Mm.
time you're done, you're going to be the strongest person ever because when you finish what you actually were supposed to do, when you get to that last step, and I can tell you, you can write it down if you want to, whoever is out there, write down each step that you have to take to get your goal. And just know
Right.
that you're going to have pressure behind you all the time until you reach your goal. Pressing is continuing to go forward. That's
Right.
exactly what pressing is. So, how do we press? You have to move to press. You can't sit still.
Hmm. I like that. I was thinking of there's a scripture I was thinking of in Hebrews. I'll find it eventually. But it was funny. I was thinking about an old joke. Why did the chicken cross the road? It's to get to the other side. But why
Right.
do we press? To get to the other side.
Yeah.
That's why we press to get from point A to point B,
Right.
to grow,
Right.
to fulfill a vision that we have for ourselves, to fulfill a goal, to fulfill a mission. These are the reasons why we press. The scripture you had talked about, we brought it up earlier, was the mark. There should be a vision you have. You talked about that weight and that walking. That's to strengthen your legs. That's to grow. That's to grow muscle. That's the why. You go to work out to lose weight, to look good in that dress or that suit or whatever, that bathing suit, whatever it is. So
Mhm.
the why do we do it is to reach that goal. Whether it's the passion PTs, and if you're in the military, to get that college degree, to get that master's, that doctorate. That's why you actually do it, because the worst thing we could do is be complacent, to be
Ah,
lazy, to make excuses, to sit on the couch, to do nothing. That's the worst thing you will actually want to do.
and that's just
And we
bad.
are, yeah, yeah, because
Like you don't.
and sometimes the enemy will bring those distractions, those things in a way, so we just stop. Like, it's too hard. I don't want to do it. I
Mhm.
can't do it. It's too much money. It's too much this. It's too much that. It's not enough of this. It's not enough of that. So why do we do it? To grow, to
Right.
get to the other side, to be successful, to
Mm,
succeed. But it goes back to what we had talked about earlier about the whole vision, having that vision, having that thing that you were trying to accomplish in your life, that purpose. Once you have that under control and you can see it, whether it's in your heart or in your mind, you can see it and you know, okay, that's where I want to be. That's what I want to get to.
right.
And then that's the, you were talking about the step at a time. Even with all the added weights, that just take a step. Just keep moving. What? Just keep swimming.
Keep swimming. I know. Come on, come
Just keep swimming. But yeah, just keep moving. If you just keep moving, you may not be running, but a step,
on. At a time.
another step, another step. Then eventually, hey, you're gonna reach that mark. You're gonna get
Yeah.
to where you need to. So that's my take on the why do we press
So we are, we started out with what was the first one? How to, why do we, let me go back.
vision. Yep,
It was a vision.
it
So
was vision.
basically, write down your vision, make it plain. You know
Hmm.
what you want to do, you know what you have to do, you know your end goal, and then it is it was failing. So if you
Yep.
keep thinking about the weights that keep adding, and you know that when it gets so heavy sometimes, and you just think about, you got that rope around your waist and you're trying to pull and pull and pull because you see the finish line.
Mm.
However, it's like, I don't know if I can make it, and you fall, and it's like, oh,
Happens.
I can do this. I know.
Happens.
There's a video out there right now where I'm pushing this bar thing. Now, I thought the thing was easy. The
I
girl,
seen you.
she showed me what to do, right? She showed me what to do. Now you see everybody else do this. Now this is a good example though, pressing. Somebody else can do the same thing that you want to do.
Hmm.
They might just put themselves in a different position. Okay.
Right.
And she went down and said, "This is what you do. You just go down there." That's like a person that tells you you can go to school. You just got to do this, 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 and this. Oh,
Right. Yeah.
yes. You see
Okay.
somebody
That sounds so easy.
tell you, sure, I can do that. Not a problem. But once you get there and you start pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, they said, "Wait a minute, my legs hurt. Hold on, my back is cramping. Wait a minute, this is going wrong. This is going wrong." So it's like you're failing before
Right.
you even get to your goal. And it's like, no, nope, got to pick it up, turn around, let's go. Let's go. We're almost there. You're almost at the goal. Let's try it again. We're gonna push, push, push. Now by
Yep.
this time you're sweating, and I just told this child I don't sweat, and she goes, "We gonna sweat today." I don't think
Ah,
because that's me,
come
you
on.
know.
Come on.
And so, but you're pushing. Now you got to do this thing 4 times to get to
Right.
your goal. So now, done with two, halfway there. And when she says that, I'm looking at her like, "You do know my legs hurt, right? You do know my back hurts."
She
You
don't
know,
care.
didn't I tell you I had this nerve in my back that I was trying to work? But she's like, "No, now you have to change positions. You got
Mm.
to change your position." So now your vision, what is your vision? Your vision is to make it to the yellow mark. Your
Right.
vision is to not go left, go right, or fall, but to make, you have to be strong enough to hold
Hmm.
on by yourself. Now, yeah, you got people. Good job.
Yeah.
Nice.
Spotters. Yep. Support.
However, it's you that has
They
to
got
do
to move
the
that
work.
way. Yeah.
You got to do
Yeah.
the work. So then,
Hmm.
so you're reaching you're reaching, you're getting to your goal. Now you have one more lap to go. Now I'm trying to tell everybody that that one lap might be the hardest lap ever because now you're tired, you don't want to do it anymore. But I'm going.
Legs hurt, feet hurt, everything hurt.
Now God said, "I need you to cross this line." Now you've heard that everybody has heard. I need you to cross this line right. Come on, cross
Hmm.
the line if you think you bad. Come on.
If you feeling froggish, jump. Hmm.
It's that time where you say, "Right now, I'm getting ready to press all the way. Nobody can stop me. I don't need any distraction in my." And you go and you cross that line.
Right.
When you're done, the biggest thing is, how do you feel because you accomplished a
Accomplish that.
task
Yeah.
you wanted to really do, and it wasn't for anybody else,
Hmm.
for you. And
Yeah.
that does show others how strong you can be.
Right.
And some people, even though they pass that, to be honest, some people they can get bachelor's, they can get a master, and they still don't feel like they've accomplished anything.
Mm, yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
sitting looking at them like,
I wish. But that's why that's why it's important to have your own vision and not try to press for others. Because it may be important to them, but what's important to you? What are you trying to accomplish in life? And one thing I like that you said that's also key. Sometimes when we're thinking about press, we think about a timeline. Or
right,
I got to do this in a certain amount of time. I gotta take your time. Take your time. That still builds whether we're talking about working out, that builds muscle, it
mm,
builds character, integrity. There's still so much that gets built, as you're taking your time, though you're pressing. This is a marathon. This ain't a sprint. Life is a marathon.
how do
So
you feel?
even taking your time as you press is important. And you talked about others may see you strong, but it's important to see that you can do it. To know that all right,
I
I
can do
did that. Yeah, throw some more tens on there. I can do.
it.
I can do another
Hold
lap.
on, you said 10, just 5 at a time is good for me. I got 5 on. I got 5 on. I got
Look,
5
small increments, small increments. But yeah,
Listen,
it's important that you do it for yourself.
right, right.
You make yourself happy, you make yourself proud. You realize, you know what? I can continue on. I can do all things.
Through
Hey,
Christ.
look, that's in Philippians too.
That's
That's
it.
in there too.
I can do
So
all things through Christ who strengthened me. Hey,
come on, come
that,
on,
that is something that I try to tell my kids.
come on.
It's funny because even as a parent, sometimes your kids look at you like, "Mm,
Yeah,
okay, mom."
whatever.
The thing is that as parents, we
Hmm.
keep pressing to be the best parents that we can be. It's not easy. We know
Yeah,
that it's not going to be easy. But
right,
once you decided to be a parent, I'm sorry, but your life will no longer be simple. You know, but
right.
press to be the best parent. You press
Hmm.
to show them that whatever you do, they are watching you. They
Yeah,
understand. They are learning. All of those things. Even when you get frustrated with them, hey, they are still learning through.
right.
So press to still be that the best parent, not
Yeah,
spoil a child, because we all do that. And
yes, we do.
that's going to the left. We need to keep centered, keep going forward with our children as well, and just be the best. You're pressing forward, you're giving them visions that they what they need to be, you're showing
Right.
how they need to grow.
Hmm.
They fall, they fail their test. You say, what do you say?
Hey, come on,
Fail the test.
keep it
But
going.
you done took this test 5 times. No, don't do that. What you do is you say, you know what? Now you know some of the questions. So
Right.
the next time you're gonna do better.
Perspective.
You're gonna do better.
Perspective is everything.
Oh, I should have brought it here before I even finished, but my son is a prime example. He had a test that we didn't even know he had to take. And
Mm,
he took this test twice. And he was like, Mom, hey, like, I don't really have nothing to study for this thing. You know, they gonna spring this on me at the end, and I'm supposed to graduate in 3 weeks. And I said, you know what?
mm,
It's okay. It's okay. Now you took it twice. You know
right.
the questions.
Hmm.
And so now it's time to press harder. So think about the questions in your mind before you go in.
Right. Take your
You
time.
and stop thinking about everything else that needs to go on. Don't worry about
Hmm.
everything. You passed all your other classes. Now you go ahead and you take this again. And he did, and he passed it. Not only did he pass it, he passed with a
Mm.
95, which was incredible. And I'm in my car like, oh, and all I did was read it.
Oh,
My
proud
baby,
mama moment. Proud
he's
mama
gonna be
moment.
graduating. But I'm just so proud to be
Right.
a mama that I didn't do what some other parents would do and just yell at their kids, and not give them some encouragement. So it's always
Right.
to encourage people when they're trying to do something new. And just some people, we put things out there just so that other people will be encouraged. So just we here, the elder and the truth and Sinestra G, we like to encourage everyone out there to continue to press forward,
Right.
give up. It's going to happen. Don't let distractions get to you.
Hmm.
All of those good things. And if you need a a positive ear again, just go back and listen to this to
Yeah,
give you some
yeah.
more positivity. I find it on Elder and the Truth on YouTube and all these other platforms. So
Come
you
on
can
now.
find on mine on Sinestra Grinkley Whiting on Facebook.
Come on now.
I'm just, little plugs
She
there.
pressing, y'all. She pressing. She pressing, y'all.
But I'm
She
just,
pressing.
it's exciting to be able to just help others grow by just talking about it, because
Hmm.
the things that we're talking about now is very important. You have some
Yeah,
parents, kids out there that they're like, man, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not
yeah.
sure. I do want
You
to,
got some adults think that I don't.
man,
What's next? What do
it's
I do
what,
now?
the
Yeah,
how,
yeah. How do I do that? So
write your vision. We've already put it out there, right, Elder? Write your vision,
it's
make it
there.
plain.
It's there. It's out there.
If you fail, don't worry.
Yeah,
Get
keep
back
it
up
going.
and
And now
keep.
you press. Look at that. Look at that. We sound like a couple gurus.
We've been there, done
Uh,
of that, been there, done that. So
yes, got the t-shirt, popcorn, and all of that.
there
All
you
that.
go. With
So
all
that
that,
was another, semester. It's always a pleasure. It's always fun. Another, and if y'all didn't catch it, she was preaching today, y'all. She was preaching today. But another how to why do, how to why do we press? And she
yes,
sound like she was a little under the weather. Sinestro, she brought that thing. She brought that fire today, y'all. But she pressed. A prime example of pressure. A prime
yes.
example. But yes, you can find us on all the platforms on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, at the YouTube channel, The Elder and the Truth.
Mhm.
And definitely, Sinestro Dree, give us your information. Where we find you?
You can find me on Facebook, because I don't have Instagram anymore. Well, I do, but we're gonna just stick to Facebook. So you can find me on Facebook at Sinestra Grinkley Whiting, and that's about it. Yeah, we're not.
Sounds good. And we may have a surprise for y'all coming up this Sunday. I believe we may be going live, be able
Yes.
to take some questions and interact with y'all. So be looking forward to that. We'll definitely get that information out to y'all. But this is another episode of How to Why Do. This is the Elder. That's the Nestor Dree. And y'all have a blessed and wonderful day. And we'll catch y'all on the other side.
All right. Talk to y'all soon.
Toodles.
Bye, Elder.